EU leaders have praised the passage of a new €50 billion support package for Ukraine. European Council President Charles Michel said the four-year deal would ensure long-term predictable funding for Ukraine, and Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban finally dropped weeks of opposition. Ukraine has faced increasing uncertainty over aid funding because of political infighting in the EU and the US.
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, once again in the spotlight in Brussels. Would he again block a new aid package for Ukraine, as he did last December? He did not.
We got the 27 heads of state and government to reach political agreement which will allow us to mobilize 50 extra billion euros as part of the Ukraine facility.
The package is intended to help Ukraine close budget gaps and pay salaries and services in the years 2024 to 2027. The relief at reaching the necessary unanimity is palpable.
This is, of course, a good message for the citizens of Ukraine who are so challenged by the Russian war of aggression, but of course also for us as the European Union, which has shown that it can stand together.
The EU is withholding funding from Hungary because of concerns about the rule of law. Hungary has blocked EU decisions on several issues. Some EU leaders made clear what they think of Viktor Orban's tactics.
There's no problem with so-called, Ukraine fatigue, for sure. We have Orban fatigue now here in Brussels. We have so many things to solve.
I don't want to use the word blackmail, but I don't know another better word.
Hungary itself rejects these accusations. In return for Orban's concession, EU leaders have agreed to remain flexible when it comes to paying out the new aid to Ukraine. The big question now is, will Viktor Orban's change of heart be permanent?
Well, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told leaders that Ukraine deserves their support.
We all know that Ukraine is fighting for us, so we will support them with the necessary funding and provide them with the much-needed predictability they deserve. And I think these 50 billion euros for 4 years also send a very strong message to Putin, just ahead of the second anniversary of his brutal invasion.
Yevgenia Kravchuk is a member of the Ukrainian parliament and speaks for President Zelensky's Servant of the People party. Welcome to DW. How important is this €50 billion aid package for your country?
Well, it's crucially important, and it comes in the right time. But I think it's not less important for European Union than it is for Ukraine, because security of Ukraine and stable conditions of Ukraine means security for European Union. And I think the signs of unity, these very strong signals that we saw today from European Council and from all member states is very important, especially now, 2 years after the full-scale invasion.
So what will this is €50 billion over 4 years. What will it be used for?
Well, basically, it will be used for Ukrainian budget, for stabilizing. Most of it will go as the source of payment for teachers, for example, for doctors. So all of these very important systems will be stable. But also part of this money will be used as sort of security insurance money for foreign investments, because as you know, we have even new enterprises being opened in Ukraine, especially in the field of the security production, the production of weapons and shells. So basically, it means the more stable finance and better planning for us, for Ukraine in this 4 years term. And of course, I think it's a very clear signal over the Atlantics to our friends and colleagues in the United States.
Right, and we will come to that in due course. This deal, of course, was held up for a couple of months by the objections of the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. What do you think was behind his veto of this aid for your country?
Well, I guess it's more people in Brussels can say what was behind and what Prime Minister of Hungary was trying to receive from European Union. But from our side, from Ukrainian side, we tried to have our relations with Hungary as normal as possible, and we passed the legislation about the national minorities, and we just welcomed the Minister of Foreign Affairs from Hungary to Uzhhorod, to city, to the region of Ukraine where the ethnic Hungarians completely live. And I think it's very important that this decision that was taken today by European Council was not either vetoed by Orban, but also he stayed in the room. So he didn't drink coffee
Right.
when it happened during the summit in December, because I think it's also this signal that actually all member states share the values and share the responsibility and understanding what is on stake.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on the battlefield. Your country's highly anticipated counteroffensive has had only limited results so far. I've been looking at a recent interview with your commander-in-chief, General Valery Zaluzhny, and he's laid part of the blame for this apparent stalemate on what he called the weakness of the international sanctions regime. Do you share this view?
Well, I can explain what our commander-in-chief meant about sanctions regime. I mean, we're being bombed by Russian missiles, and when we open these missiles, we can find different parts, microchips from different countries, from United States, from Great Britain, from Switzerland, from countries in European Union, meaning that there are still ways that Russia is getting those needed microchips, because they cannot produce everything by on their own. But also, I think that the next step in this, like 4 years plan, for example, should be taken in the terms of financing the military assistance from European Union as an entity. And President Zelensky, when he was addressing leaders, he said that it would be good to have a tool inside of the European Peace Fund that actually, is created for the military support,
Right.
for example, for 4 years.
Okay. In the same interview, General Zaluzhny was also critical of a lack of a general call-up in Ukraine. With this war now apparently frozen, is it time for a general mobilization?
We are in general mobilization since day one of the full-scale invasion. But of course, some of the instruments should be modernized. We have to review all the categories, and we're about to do that. Actually, on the nearest sitting of the parliament, we will be voting in the first reading so-called mobilization legislation. But also, it will give the possibility to those troops, to those soldiers that are from day one, to understand when they can demobilize.
Right.
And for these, new troops have to step in.
So it's under active consideration. The longer this stalemate continues,
Exactly.
People outside the country certainly will look at this and think, well, as long as it's stuck like this, it looks like some sort of deal with Russia becomes inevitable. How would you respond to that?
Well, I would respond as, most of the people inside of the country. They understand that any so-called negotiations with Russia will mean that it will not be respected, the rules-based order and our borders. It means we have to forget about millions of people on the occupied territories. And it will not guarantee that Russia will not wait for a few more years, produce more missiles, mobilize more people, and come back. Because in 2014, when the annexation of Crimea happened, the world said, don't fight, and it will be over. And now we are in 2022, 2024, in a full-scale war with Russia, and actually Russia threatening the whole European continent.
To the best of your knowledge, has President Zelensky or indeed anyone else in the senior Ukrainian leadership, have any of them come under pressure internationally to do a deal?
Not that I know of, and it never came public. It's the decision of Ukraine. But of course, we have to be sure that European capacities of producing the shelling will be increased, because actually, for example, with these 1 million shells, we're behind. We will not get them by March as it was promised. And we see that North Korea and Iran are helping Russia and are helping, very fast. The democratic world should mobilize and should show leadership in this and increase the military production.
That's very clear. What do you make of these reports of a rift between Ukraine's commander-in-chief and your president?
Well, I would not comment more than it was just a few days ago, that these rumors, they do not have, any official ground. But of course, the only person by Ukrainian constitution to decide who will be or who is commander-in-chief is President Zelensky, and he's bearing the responsibility, and he has all the needed information because he gets reports from all of the entities of all units that are in the field of defense. But so far, no official changes, no official information is. I don't see it from the president's office.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Ukrainian lawmaker Yevgenia Kravchuk from President Zelensky's Servant of the People Party. Thank you so much.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. They finished. I didn't want to stop them. Hey yo, how are you doing? How is life going? Oh, I'm getting ads. This is a good advertisement. This is a good advertisement. I support this one. Go and buy from Musiker. I don't know where they're from. It's something. It's something relatively local, but by local I mean European.
Documentary films and shows available on demand on any device. We're the Netflix for nerds.
Can't find it. I don't know. I don't know where they are from, but they are something European, and they got stuff for music shit. I could probably switch it to where's the language? Our language. Give me English to show you what it is. But it's music shit, it's art shit, and then it's everything else. So I'm actually recommending. Yeah. Oh, Russia is the best. Hey, yo, Ivan, I was missing you. I was actually missing you. It was very peaceful and nice and cozy being around here. I was like, damn, where's my mortal enemies, the Russians? Where are they? Where did they go? Who took them away? Holy crap, impossible that they're all gone. It's not Christmas or something. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hope you're doing great. I saved a bunch of videos for today. Opened the European correspondent for today too, so we could look into that. I was at the doctor's yesterday. I do not have skin cancer. I can confirm that. She did find I have one. What's the thing? What's the difference between like moles and beauty marks, by the way? I don't know. Are beauty marks the ones on your face and like it's a mole when it's elsewhere? I don't know English. But one of them is like maybe suspicious. So I gotta be monitoring it. Apart from that, I'm GG. I'm alright. I don't have anything bad going on, and I was really, really worried about that. So that's going all right. She told me I have quite a good skin, and I was like, yeah, try to avoid the sun. And she was like, yeah, that's smart. So I felt encouraged. I felt encouraged to stay inside and do some streams forever, basically. So that was all right. It was a good experience. I did spend my entire morning before noontime in the city waiting for the doctors. I was there at 7:45. I was supposed to be at the doctor's, like getting in at 8:30. I got in at like 10 something. That was silly. Yeah, they're banning VPNs. What are the Russian views on this? Because so far I've seen European views, and most of them have been haha, fuck Russians. So, I've been getting opinions from my kinds of people. I haven't really seen if there's anything Russians are saying on like Telegram or some shit about this. I don't know, are they angry? Are they concerned? Are they... I mean, what else? What else can they be? I don't even know if they're gonna be angry. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, this is good. So we ensure that the traitors within Russia can't go to global homo pages. Also, I've seen some news about Kremlin possibly stopping the what's his name, Nadezhdin, stopping Nadezhdin from trying to become the president of Russia, which, I haven't seen. I've read the article. It was fuck, which one was it? I don't know who wrote it. I can't remember right now. But it was alright. It didn't really have anything we don't know already. Stuff like, yeah, Kremlin doesn't really want anyone to go fight against Putin, because fighting against Putin shows that there is a divide in Russian society, and the fact that Navalny is also supporting Nadezhdin shows this divide even more. So people close to Putin are concerned that this could be weakening his rule, which I understand. But like nothing new presented in the article. Nothing. It's not like they're actually taking some action. At least they weren't at the time of writing. It's just a whole list of reasons as to why they possibly are preparing to kick him out. So I wasn't really worried about that. Start with the worst news. What's bad? What's bad? Avdiivka. Oh shit. Update on Avdiivka. 110th Mechanized Brigade sent everybody who can hold a weapon to the city, including engineers. Two drone operators of the 110th Mechanized Brigade miraculously survived, dug themselves out from under the debris, returned to the base, and refused hospitalization because we cannot leave ours. I saw from a drone how an assault group of Russian attacked a house today, but two of our soldiers were shot to the last. The house burned down. No one surrendered. Holy shit. Russians could not get there because the operators, who for months sleep no more than 4 hours a day, bombarded the assault group with volunteer drones. They were leading our wounded soldier into captivity, probably one of the repairmen. Yesterday, the enemy interrogated our captured fighter from the repair company, comrades comment. They were told everyone who can hold a machine gun is needed to protect Avdiivka, and they left because we need to hold these streets to the road. And these grandfathers left. Most of them died in battle. Holy shit. No. Oh yeah, military personnel investigation. What? Wait, I haven't seen this. Military personnel, 30 personnel officers, healthy, full, well-fed, in good cars given to them by the state, with money given to them by the state, spent 3 days during the war in Kiev hotels, illegally installing video cameras in the bedrooms of female journalists? I have not seen that. I've seen the investigation ongoing about possible corruption cases related to the ammunition shortage. I have not seen that. Oh. Those who did it, and those who sent these trained SBU servicemen to the hotel, when elderly repairmen are forced to fight to death in the trenches of Avdiivka, and those who find money for illegal surveillance, for taking rooms, dinners, cars, cover, cameras, and not find cars, drones, antennas, cameras, EV for Avdiivka. The real shameless scum and traitors of Ukraine. Yeah, I see the anger. I see the anger fucking based. High-ranking officers. Oh, I assume it's people with like a lot of experience in the field. But yeah, makes sense. SBU spying on one journalist. Holy shit. Bro. The priorities, my dude. Yeah, Kim, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Yeah, the king has cancer. That also. Do we think it's serious? Because I've seen people being like, oh yeah, they probably wouldn't make it public if it wasn't serious. Like if it was, you know, some early stages or something that would be easily cured, they probably wouldn't have made it public so quickly. But also they did make his prostate exam known about really quickly. They said they're doing it because they wanted to like encourage older men in Britain to go check up on their own health situation. So maybe it's not even that, you know, maybe they just wanted to be open about it. I don't know. Man, though. Oh, Biden?
Biden drove up the cost of energy. That's what caused inflation, but it's also what caused Putin to become rich enough to go and prosecute a war. And he never even talks about it. He's the one that caused that war, both rhetorically and by the fact that he drove up the price of oil to $100 a barrel, which is getting close to record. And Putin was making a fortune. He's the only guy who made a fortune during a war. If he didn't have it, I was at $40 a barrel. If he was at $40 a barrel, Putin wouldn't have done it. Now, he wouldn't have done it for another reason. Me.
Okay, there's something about Trump. Is he losing his fucking mind recently? Because I've seen people mocking him. He like kept on confusing political candidates and shit. He seems to be a bit out of his mind. They're saying he's refusing to do debates recently. Like other candidates are doing debates and he's refusing to do the debates, and apparently he's refusing to do debates because he's absolutely losing himself. So, yeah. I'm not even... Smart detection? What sort of smart detection? I don't think he's going to become the next president, though. I don't think he's going to become next president. Also, I don't know if you've been following, but... oh, they're having a whole thing today. Basically, last week's, Biden has proposed a deal. If you remember that Republicans wanted border security bill to be tied with help to Ukraine. It's like until they improved the border security, they were refusing to give any aid to Ukraine. Hey, Valo, congratulations! A full month. Congrats. Basically, Biden has given them a bill. They just need to sign it, but the Republicans are still going to be refusing to do so because they don't want to give him a victory. Now, Nikki Haley is going absolutely wild over attempting to get Republicans who are normal against Trump. She's going against him. She did a whole thing with acknowledging that Republicans who are voting against this bill are doing so only because they want to weaken Biden's power and they don't actually care about border security at all. It wasn't the right way to get them to vote for her. Although I don't really trust the woman. I don't really trust the woman. I think she has shown very clearly how little value her words hold. She keeps on jumping between different opinions. I don't really trust her. But I do think it was a smart move, and I do think it might be weakening Trump's power, because this is like genuinely a situation in which Republicans are showing that they don't give a shit about an issue that they pretended to give a shit about, right? They're showing very openly that they don't give a shit about border security at all. They just want to be bitching about something because bitching makes people feel as if the current government is not strong enough and you need to replace it with fucking Trump. So that was interesting. But wait, I had 3 links. I had 3. I went 1, 2. I'm going to 3. I need to remember in which order they came.
And I remember the head of a country stood up and said, does that mean that if Russia attacks my country, you will not be there? That's right. That's what it means. I will not protect you. And the money came. I'm not going to protect you any longer. And I remember the head of a country stood up and said, does that mean that if Russia...
There's something about them being so stupid. Isn't it also almost incredible how stupid they are over this? Like, why do you think you are in the position you are as a country? Why do you think you're so strong as you are? Why do you think you have the reputation you got now? He is shitting on everything Americans have built. This took fucking centuries to make it into the strongest country ever. Decades to make everyone want to rely on them and want to work with them and want to support them. Y'all think we respected America pulling for NATO Article 5 because we genuinely thought America had an existential threat to itself? Nah, we wanted to play along with them because we wanted them to support us. And now they're doing this shit and they're just crumbling the entire legacy of themselves. This is so stupid. This man is so dumb. But like, I genuinely don't believe all Republicans are on his side. I genuinely don't believe it. I feel he's too stupid for that. Twitter. Camouflage for Russophobia. Camouflage for Russophobia. You gotta hide it sometimes. gotta make it pure. Hidden. So you don't scare everyone. It's actually you we're dealing with and not a robot. Oh, well, are you sure? Nice, thank you. That was fair. Want America to be weaker and less influential? I'm not sure they know what sort of results that's going to bring. I'm not sure they're smart enough to be aware what that means for USA. But, you know, if Europe is ready to be stronger, maybe I wouldn't even complain about cutting off USA too much. I'm just really worried about European will to take over in a way. I don't think we're doing good enough. I do think we're doing all right. I think European Union, specifically pressuring Orban to stop vetoing aid for Ukraine, I think it was a great move. But like, is it enough? I don't know if it is. I don't feel it is. France, just today, there were news released that one of Russian attacks has killed, I think, 2 French volunteers, right? And what France did is it's gonna call for the Russian ambassador to come there so they can condemn these attacks. Like, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get the French ambassador in front of you and you're gonna chew him out. That's what you're gonna do, bro. Give us some weapons. The second this has happened, they should have been like, okay, here's everything we fucking have, destroy them. Now we're gonna look into the eyes of a Russian and tell him that his people have killed our volunteers, as if he's gonna give a single shit about that. That's so like cartoonish. I still feel like we're trying to play along. A lot of Americans seem to hate Trump, but think Biden's worse. I feel that's one of the dumbest opinions I have ever heard of social media. And I know lots of Twitter people seem to be pushing into that, and it's so stupid. It is so stupid. People will literally be like, oh yeah, Biden's going to support Israel. So because Biden's going to support Israel, we should be voting for Trump instead, or not voting at all. What? How in the fucking world is Biden worse than goddamn Trump? How does that make any sort of a sense? Ukrainian investigative journalism outlet said on Monday that a branch of the Domestic Security Service, SBU, put its journalist under illegal surveillance. Oh. Who represents the greatest threat to national security in wartime? Clearly journalists. SBU responded by saying it upheld the principles of a free press as part of its mission to defend national interests, and a criminal investigation was launched into the use of spy technology. Bruh. Could have used that cash money, for something else. Oh, SBU said some members of the media outlet were identified as customers of drug dealers. No. Video posted online by a little-known group showed Bihu's info members using recreational drugs and talking about procuring cannabis and MDMA illegal in Ukraine. Bihu's info acknowledged the video as genuine, condemning both the use of drugs and the surveillance of the employees. Yeah, fair. Male rights would probably be GG with us. Dumbass red pill baiting coach. Gonzalo Lira. Dumbass red pill baiting coach. Ah. Oh. Why can't he? Like, SBU doing fucking surveillance seems ridiculous to me. It's SBU. Like, you get the video of people using drugs, can't you just, like... I don't know where it's supposed to go to court or whatever, but, like, fucking SBU in the time of war? Caring about goddamn cannabis use? Who the fuck cares about cannabis use, my dude? Pretty sure Lira ain't alive. What's the news about him dying? Was it confirmed? Because I saw his father post about it. I think it was confirmed that he died in prison. Hypothermia, if I'm not mistaken. Like all liberals, they are ideologically incapable of being able to combat fascism. That makes sense. Who would be capable of combating fascism, though? Like, who's the second best choice? He probably did die, though. Yeah. I think I saw because Wikipedia was updated to show that he died. I remember looking at that and I was like, yeah, then it's pretty much confirmed. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't update it if, if it wasn't actually in some way at least confirmed. And the conversation was that it was hypothermia at the time. Oh, pneumonia, could be that. I'm fucking stupid in English. Bernie Sanders would have beaten Trump in 2016 when Hillary lost. Would Bernie be able to fight against fascism? Are we saying Bernie would be better? He posted about how he was buying huge packs of cigarettes. Oh, damn, I didn't see that. I saw people saying that he was complaining already during his trial that he was sick. And then people were like, no one really took him too seriously. I do assume they took some, precautions while he was in prison, but most people were like, oh yeah, he's probably bitching because he doesn't really want to go to prison, so he's saying that he is sick now because he wants to be given over to USA or whatever. Yeah, because Bernie seemed good. Bernie seemed good from this perspective, but I don't know too much about him. Vibe seems to be more like, well, Trump is a retard, but under Biden we have inflation, more wars, and he can't even speak a full sentence. While with Trump we were doing alright. But that also seems to be a stupid take. Inflation, I could see inflation to some level, even though like globally we're dealing with shit. But to some level I could see like why people would believe that better measures should have been taken, right? But like having more wars, like, do they believe Trump didn't have any wars while he was leading? Do they believe Trump would have stopped the wars from happening? Trump didn't stop them. Russia was actively invading while Trump was in power, and Trump did nothing. Trump betrayed Kurds. It's not like he was a good man at all. I'm not sure why they would be seeing him as, doing something proper when it comes to the amount of wars happening in the world. Not even to mention that he wants to appease a dictator, but also I do assume that maggots don't really see Putin as a dictator. They likely just see him as a man genuinely trying to defend Russian interests. But the one about him not being able to speak a full sentence would be the funniest one to me. Because, like, come on, look at Trump recently. He's incredibly dumb. Biden's doing well. The whole thing with Biden being very, very old and out of his ability to do anything, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Man's doing alright. If the Republicans show one more picture of Hunter Biden's huge cock in Congress, the whole Biden crime family will collapse. That too. insane amount of airstrikes during Trump. Yeah, but Trump also just weakened them overall. Trump was horrible for their foreign policy. Like, why would you see that as an improvement? How would anyone see that as an improvement? Especially now that he's willing to play along with Russians. Like, nah. No. Bernie has voted for Ukraine aid every time until they added Israeli weapons aid without contingencies. So do you think he would have been better? Biden was probably the better pick in 2020. See that? It's kind of sad Bernie never got a chance, to be honest. Like, I don't know how good you guys consider he would be. I thought he was interesting. It's kind of sad he never really got a chance. Andrei Volna has left Russia, lives in Estonia, and has now for some time been in Ukraine and operating Ukrainian defenders. Oh, look at that. I feel this collective responsibility. I was against Putin, but we are Russian citizens, and we can prevent this type of war. We want to participate in life of Ukraine and its victory in terms of Ukraine. That makes sense.
И мы перестанем жить этой войной только тогда, когда война закончится на условиях Украины.
I do agree he knows
feel
what he's
this
doing
collective
in terms of, I do agree he knows that he wants to spread his ass cheeks for Russians, and he knows that he's doing that. I don't think he's doing it in any sort of a smart way, which is why I'm confused about so many voters staying on his side. He doesn't really seem to be too reasonable nor able to speak well. Bernie would be about the same as Biden on supporting Ukraine. Yeah, it feels that way for me too. It feels that way for me too. I'm not really.
59 years.
I do think he would be alright, but I also think Biden's alright. Not good enough.
I thought about
in both
European
cases, but I
way
don't
for
think
Russia. But Russia decided
either one of
to
them
find
has the
fascist way.
the will to
Not for me.
actually
Not
do
for my
something
family.
strong. Real social democracy is the way of beating the fake populism of fascism. But doesn't populism go against any sort of social policies already rather strongly? So I feel like even if you try to beat it, won't it be like the situation you got currently in USA, in which people are willing to vote against stuff like free school lunches for children, even though it would help their children too? But you don't want to vote for it because you don't want those children or those people to be getting free lunches. I feel it's like that. It's immensely hard to fight against it. Duck taster. Okay, fair. Cult. I feel at this point, when it comes to USA, if you are a Republican, that's different. But I feel like if you're a Trump voter in 2024, I feel you have to be in a cult. I feel there's nothing else. Like, you're in a cult. If you're a Republican and you're thinking about who you want to be voting for when it comes to Republican candidates, all right. You may be hard for you to be a normal person, but you may be. I don't know if my opinion is painted strongly by the fact that I follow this account called Republicans Against Trump, and it's quite alright. But yeah, I don't feel like you can be a reasonable person today and still want to vote Trump at all. I feel you got to be a cult member. Just popular support over elitism. It can be left-wing or right-wing in rhetoric, but only left-wing in practice. Since the right is pro-business, not labor. But wouldn't it be rather easy to just Because you do have populist left and right-wing parties, and I'm pretty sure fascism does get a lot of supporters through using populism in the first place, doesn't it? Like, I'm not sure if populism would be able to fight that. I'm not sure it would be able to work. Even if you look at USA right now, like what would you be able to do? The whole thing with fascists in power. So in specific terms of USA being Trump trying to get into power and the band of Republicans following him, right? And you can do the whole thing with like, oh yeah, they are the enemy of the common people and it's because they're trying to take all of these rights away from you. And he's like very openly saying that he wants to be a dictator, right? But I'm not sure it would work that strongly because he is using the same rhetoric back. So you're trying to use populism against him, who is also using populism. It would just be a clash of the same thing. Overall, what I'm basically I'm trying to say is that I don't think anything is good enough to fight against fascism. I don't think any ideology is good enough to fight against fascism. Which is why I do think that something like that should be defeated the second it comes around. You should just fucking crush it. We should have the ability to make the correct, reasonable decision and to just fucking crush it immediately. Just like fucking imprison them all. The whole thing with trying to get more popular support against fascism, it's always gonna be almost impossible. Wait, where was I on this? Oh, I'm already losing my... Okay, nice. My string of links. I'm so bad. Oh, nice. Very colorful. You know what I'm worried about? If I do a colorful tattoo. Estonia, that would be beautiful. Oh, nice. Like, how do you pick outfits? You gotta pick like 3 colors and then have all of your tattoos in the same 3 colors. So when you pick outfits, you're able to, you know, going to uni. Hey, good luck. Stay strong. You gotta pick like 3 colors and then just stay in those 3 colors and never pick anything else. Oh. Europe continues stepping up to help Ukraine destroy America's #1 enemy. You're welcome, USA. Tiny Estonia delivers another barbarian crushing military aid package, now giving a stunning 1.4% of its GDP. Holy shit. Man, holy crap. We're good. Thank you, Estonia. USA say thank you, Estonia. Classic populist who says what the people are thinking, even if it's retarded in practice. Yes. But like, you can't fight against that, right? You cannot fight against that in any sort of like how do I say it? In any sort of a way that is supposed to get you the support of more people. I feel like you can't really fight fascism. I feel like you just gotta crush it. Just gotta fucking defeat them. I will grow up to be a military chemist. I will make bombs out of dough. Talking about codes. If we're any lucky, children of their children are going to be having to pay reparations still. Netherlands. Additional 6 US-made F-16 fighter jets. Nice. Holy shit, 24. 24, 24, 24, 24, and Finland's Namalappo ammunition factory will increase production 5-fold in 2024. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm happy for this. I'm very, very happy for this. What's this? Hasan Piker's family are linked to Turkish oligarchs? Oh, my dudes, to be honest, I don't know too much about Hasan's fam. I don't know too much about Hasan's fam. I know Drew's interesting. I've seen them. Yeah. Sometimes he posts good stuff, and then sometimes he's really unhinged. The VP of a massive industrial financial conglomerate controlled by one of Turkey's wealthiest families. Neo-Ottomanism. Okay. He accused Pope Francis of joining an evil conspiracy after Francis described the Armenian genocide as one of the 3 most horrific genocides of the 20th century. Yeah, I see him post a lot. I never know how much I can trust him. I never know how much I can... Because sometimes he had really strong opinions that were like really emotional and really Twitter, and that makes me like take his stuff back. But then sometimes he's actually really based, but I don't know if that's him just like hitting properly. But yeah, so I'll do research on Hasan's family. I know like previously there was the opinion established they were well off. Fake populism. It uses populist rhetoric to galvanize support, but then doesn't help lower class people. Oh, I would argue all populism is fake populism. I would argue none of them give a shit. Populism is just a way from parties to use talking points to get more votes. Very rarely do they actually do something to help these voters who voted for them. I feel like if you look at any sort of populist party close to you, you're going to see this in practice. We are definitely seeing this here. We got 2 populist parties. It's almost a joke at this point that like before elections they will go do a round around the country and they promise to repair your schools, they promise to repair your kindergartens, they promise to repair your roads. Oh, the previous government was just stealing money. If you vote for me though, I'm going to fix all of that. And then of course they never do any of that. All populism is fake populism. There's no proper populism. Most politicians use populism only and solely to get votes. When it comes to their actual plan, that's a thing separate from the points that they use to try and get votes. Magatard?
This is one of the most black and white wars of the past 7 years. Straight up Lebensraum, 19th century imperialism. Are you talking about the way in which NATO has expanded east over the last 35 years? I have to agree with you. I agree with you. I think you're totally right. NATO's greed for territory knows no bounds. You're completely right, brother. We need to stop.
What a retard. What a fucking retard. Oh man, that was so bad. Anti-minority sentiment, while left-wing populism uses anti-honor class sentiment. Yeah, but both of them are not going to change anything. Both of them do not want to change anything, and both of them are not willing to change anything because both of them still exist in the same system. They're not willing to crush this down. Yeah, Hassan's family was pretty well off. That allowed him to go to uni. Yeah, they were okay. Glorious Russia will increase stock 1 trillion times, comrade. Duh. You want to mess with me? Bro just went, I'm going to put every gang member in prison, and did it, and it actually fucking worked. Okay, yeah, that was that was one of those situations. I don't even know, was that I mean, it was populism, right? Because you're playing into the fears of the global population to get more votes for them. But that worked. True. Okay, correct. That was an interesting way to do business. You want this for the flag? That was an interesting way to do it, and it actually worked. So yeah, true. Proper. Wish we had that in our, government. Someone who's like, oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna fix all of your problems by putting every Russian in prison, and then I vote for them and every Russian is in prison. I'm just saying it would be really, really fucking cool, alright? I feel it would be really, really useful. I feel I would vote. Put him a little bit protest from Estonia. Oh no! The horrible Estonian government. How to recognize a vatnik? Is that what it says? Is it? Hey, Mayor. First indeed. How are you doing? My man? I saved the Russian news talking about Tucker Carlson. Just because I kind of wanted to see them shit on USA. I see, my reading of Cyrillics is getting better. I was just crying to some Croat online a few days ago about this. I'm on day, what day I am on learning Ukrainian on Duolingo, let me tell you. 189, and still it's so hard for me to read Cyrillics. I thought that by day 50 I'm gonna be able to actually, quickly just read it normally. No, it takes actual effort. I actually gotta look into it and be like, It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be easier. True. The traitor of USA. The reason. Hey, I saved the new Frionis too. Got Johnny man recommended.
Да. Я знаю, что американские медиа, вообще западные медиа пристально следят за твоей, Володя, программой, цитируют буквально каждое наше слово, целые полосы газетные и телевизионные репортажи посвящают. Поэтому я хочу обратиться к ним, к Америке. Это ты, Америка, это творишь. Есть люди в Америке, которые это понимают, их не так много, их становится все меньше. Один из них, по слухам, сейчас в Москве. Дай Бог, чтобы это было правдой, и чтобы все получилось. И они это покажут, и они на это отреагируют. Я сейчас была на встрече с доверенными лицами президента, как доверенное лицо, и там целая очередь выстраивалась из западных медиа, чтобы взять интервью. Это очень трогательно. И я уже теперь хотела бы обратиться к нам, чтобы предостеречь нас от того, что становится все заметнее с каждым днем, особенно в приближении выборов. Вот это извечная наша забава, такой тяни-толкай в одной лодке. Нас не должно интересовать собственное место в лодке. Нас должна интересовать судьба самой лодки. Потому что если лодка перевернется, совершенно все равно, какое место ты там занимал. А мы сейчас стоим не на пороге, а в дверном проеме тектонических изменений в мире и тектонического противостояния. Угрозы, которые наша страна, не побоюсь этой аналогии, не видела со времен татаро-монгольского ига. Потому что даже во время Великой Отечественной все-таки значительная часть, добрая половина так называемого цивилизованного мира была на нашей стороне и воевала на нашей стороне. А сейчас мы воюем сами. Сами одни. Я не беру Белоруссию, потому что Беларусь — это тоже мы. Правда же? Понятно, независимое государство, но союзное. Это же мы, правда же?
Союзное государство.
Тем, кто нам сочувствует, они сочувствуют, наблюдая. Правда же? Да. Они сочувствуют наблюдательно. Они не сочувствуют активно. Они не жертвуют своими людьми.
Should have fuck up beaver woman. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, superior writing system. Superior fucking writing system. We should have been using this. We should have all just been using this, okay? A proper one, a good one. It looks great, it looks beautiful, it looks dreamy, it looks almost like Elvish. I love it so much. And we just like use it for a while and then stopped using it. Which is like very, very, very fucking sad, you know? But yeah, look at this. Just look at this writing. How cool is this shit? But yeah, we're gonna use Latinx. I mean, they're gonna use Cyrillics, and both of them are fucking unreadable. Rumble? Oh, I have. Why have I? It's familiar, but I don't know why. Have I seen it in passing? I could have seen it in passing. Oh, a rights management video platform. It's Ruski owned. Oh, gonna. Oh, they have a news category. They have a conspiracies category. Oh, nice. Oh, I like that. Oh yeah, wasn't Rumble the one that was right-wingers in USA supported? Yeah, Infowars! Yeah. Oh, that's why. That's why I've heard of it. Should we start streaming that? Are we gonna go to news? We're gonna make an account and we're gonna go to news section to see what happens. Oh, it's upload? It's not for live streaming? Oh no, yeah, you can live stream. You can live stream and you can also upload. They're banned on every other platform. So it's like 4chan, but for video. Cute. That's great. I'm kind of happy they have their own little space where they can rot. So none of us have to, waste time on them. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Well, I'm trying to figure out what I did click on and what I did not click on. Fifth ambulance. Hey, I saved an for convoy video too. We gotta go through that one too. Fifth ambulance ready for departure. We got a fundraiser for 6th vehicle. Nice. Okay, nice. You're doing good. I'm so happy the donations are doing well recently, by the way. I've seen several fundraisers opening, and I'm also seeing them more on Threads recently, so I'm really, really happy about that. More Threads fundraisers are opening and also doing very, very well, so that's good. What it takes to be so unhinged you get banned from Rumble. I suppose actual Nazi shit. I think lots of things that they are doing is Nazi shit. I'm pretty sure most of them do Nazi shit already. I'm not sure what would be enough to get you banned. It's probably like with Twitter, or like nothing could get you banned from Elon Musk's Twitter. But then, when the advertisers started pulling out, then they had to implement some security measures. And now that they have danger of people suing them, they are having to actually implement some control. So I assume Rumble would be like that. It's probably gonna stay it's gonna stay as it is, and it's not gonna be banning anyone until it actually deals damage to the site itself. Oh, you have lots of actual like Nazi shit being posted around, being talked about. I just saw someone on Threads these days, but he got banned rather quickly. Saw someone on Threads. How was the thing that he said? He made a post. Fuck, let me try to find it. He made a post which was like, oh guys, I'm going to be fixing lots of wrong opinions that people have on history. And one of these opinions was about Hitler. And he wrote that Hitler... Yeah, here it is. Jewish myth number 5, he writes. And it's that Hitler was an evil anti-Semitic dictator. And the account is like, no, this is wrong. Here's the fact. Hitler was a German nationalist fighting against the Jewish globalists that were destroying Germany. Right? So it's like actual Nazism. You have actual fucking Nazism going on around, and it's getting more and more common. It's why the far right has aligned with anti-Semitism recently, so they can do their usual bullshit plus actual fucking pure Nazism. Yeah, I feel like Nazi shit is like very, very specific, and I feel like you see a lot of Nazi shit. Oh yeah, Nick Fuentes also fully Nazi, absolutely. If you don't want your country to be run by lunatically religious Muslims or people with different ideologies, and you want a closed border, is it Nazi? I feel it depends. Like, first question is, how much in danger is your country of being run by lunatically religious Muslims or people with different ideologies? Because there's a big problem that you are a victim of fascist populism when you pretend that's a danger in the first place. But yeah, wanting a closed border, I don't feel like that would be a Nazi shit. I don't feel like what the Brits wanted when they were doing Brexit, with like not wanting any foreigners around. I don't feel like that inherently is Nazi shit. Yeah, but when it comes to like the first part of your idea, it very much might be close to it. Like, it genuinely depends on your entire worldview. Oh yeah, if you want to get rid of all the Jews, absolutely, that's like pure Nazism. True, actually, we might call, if it's the whole thing with imagining the danger of people with different ideologies ruling over your country, yeah, we could say that's you just falling for fascism, but it's not Nazism itself, right? It's just a different flavor of it. Yeah, it could be that.
Рынок недвижимости на захваченной территории весьма перспективен, и купив эту квартиру, вы сделаете бесценное вложение в ваше будущее.
А кто здесь жил раньше?
Без понятия, но мы решили, что имеем полное право распоряжаться их имуществом.
Какой бардак. Будто бомба взорвалась.
Ну, может и взорвалась, зато посмотрите, какой шикарный вид из окна.
Вид разрушения?
Да нет же, освобождения.
А это что за кровавое пятно?
О, похоже, это были прошлые владельцы. Но не переживайте, они были тоже освобождены.
Какой кошмар! Вы хоть знаете, как сложно будет вывести это пятно?
Не забывайте, все имущество, включая детские игрушки, входят в стоимость квартиры.
Беру.
Отлично. И не забудьте прийти на референдум о присоединении к России.
Man, fuckers. Donetsk really? Oh shit, yeah, I remember that. Man, you remember the ads they were posting though? They were making huge ads of like how good the apartments are going to be. And I remember there was this one interview in which they talked about how when they fight and when they take over more territories, they're doing this so they would be like getting the first place in going and getting these apartments that are now going to be cheap and for sale. God, I'm ridiculous. I'm really good at clicking around. Daily bombing keeps the rent down. True. There's lots of like new homeowners coming in all of the time too, so you can sell it for fairly cheap, you know? Like whoever buys it's gonna be dead anyways, and then you sell it for pretty cheap again and again and again and again, and then you make more money than you would if you tried to sell it for a lot of cash. Russian Tsar was listening to Inter-Raot CEO, who the fuck are these? Boris Kovalchuk's new report about how they are freezing in Europe and especially in Finland. Oh shit! At the beginning of the meeting there was a long and detailed report on the development of the company. He just said everyone knows what happened with our Western partners. What happened there? Repeat one more time. Vladimirovich, firstly, what was happening was that the share of coal generation in a number of countries was several times higher than the share of coal generation in Russia, although colleagues said they were striving for an ecological economy and fighting CO2 emissions, and prices reached 1,000 euros per megawatt hour. In Russia, it's 25 to 26 euros. This is still happening. In Finland, a few weeks ago, the price again reached 900 euros per megawatt hour. In Russia, it's 25. I'm sure that's why they're freezing. In 2023, the average wholesale electricity price in Finland stood at 56.5 per megawatt hour. Huh? So it was 900. $1,956.5. Putin has no access to the internet and Kovalchuk needs something to please the Tsar. Fair. Silly Thompson looking for really expensive shit in Odessa. Come on, Mariupol, you get an apartment for much cheaper. But like, don't they have... What was it? You guys remember those videos from like Liberated Mariupol? Liberated. And how they bragged about rebuilding those buildings, and then there was this like shit all over the basement part. Pick? What pick? Nice of Ukraine to bomb Donbass for 8 years to keep the cost of living down. Yeah. Enabling Russians to buy apartments because their economy is doing so well they can't buy them usually. You're welcome, fuckers. I need some sort of a bot that's just going to like take me all the links and put them on one list. Finland to extend the border closure with Russia. Are they gonna keep the eastern border with Russia closed until at least February 11th? Oh, come on, do it for longer. February 11th? Finland! I was expecting a full year. Finland. Year. At least a year. Maybe 2 years. Maybe 5. I think I would do it 5, so it's a nice 6 years, so it's until 2030, which is a nice round number. I think that would be alright. Maybe February 11th, that's like a few days. Why would you do that? At least give them a year. February goddamn 11th. Then you gotta do it again in a few days. What's the point? This is just bureaucracy. This is like they're Germans. This is a fucking Germans. In 2069, yeah, could be 40 years. Could be. That would also be alright. But like, few days, 5 days. What's the point of 5 days? You just do the paperwork and then you do the paperwork again. That's very European now that I actually think about it. It's very European. Why would we just do it immediately for a few years? We can do it for a few days and then 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 few days. We like that. We like doing the signatures and the patch it. Oh, she's making drones? Violetta from Chernivtsi. Restrained from a jeweler to a drone maker in order to help her native soldiers who are fighting back the Russians at the front. Oh! The customers are her brothers and father, for whom she already assembled more than 10 drones with her own hands. Oh, nice!
Хвалять її пайку та якість збірки і вже звітують, що цими дронами знищують ворогів. До повномасштабної війни Віолетта створювала прикраси на замовлення. Але лютий 2022-го докорінно змінив її життя. На фронт добровольцями пішли брати та батько. Дівчина почала їм допомагати. Досвід мала ще у 2014-му, коли на захист країни став старший брат.
Я почала волонтерити для їх підрозділів,
дрони та За 2 роки активного волонтерства потреба в дронах стрімко зростала. Тоді Віолетта вирішила змайструвати пташку-ластівку. Пройшла 2 безкоштовні онлайн-курси зі збирання FPV та бомберів, склала теоретичний іспит. А поки навчалася, на пошту прибули перші перші деталі для збірки з
They're like
Китаю.
expensive as
Майстерню
shit, though. Did you
волонтерка
know how
облаштувала
expensive
недалеко
3D
від
printers
дому.
are?
З приміщенням допомогли знайомі. Не маючи жодного досвіду, дівчина успішно зібрала свій перший бомбер, потім FPV. І коли побачила, як її дрон уперше відпрацював на фронті, надихнулася ще більше.
Цей бомбер влетів на ворожі позиції на
Yeah, 1
посадку,
million drones per day.
скинув вибухівку, попав в окоп.
10 ammo per year to 50.
Вибухнуло
I mean, they're going to
Також
increase
стало легше
fivefold.
збирати гроші
So,
на нові запчастини,
the basis
бо
of
люди
your
вже бачили
mathematics.
результат. У маленькій майстерні Віолетта щоденно паяє та скручує
No, they're going to be
нові
really
дрони.
good. Okay, Finland's really good. Finland knows the threats of Russia.
Перші 9 безпілотників Віолетти
Finland gonna send us some sniper rifles, and you get the sniperists with them. Finland's great when it comes to these things. Wait, where was I? Here, I was here, I was here, I was here. Okay, and then I have this, and I think that's the last link I have. I went through all of them. Hey! Interrogating captured mercenaries of Wagner in Sudan. In one video, one of the fighters admits that the goal of the group consists of 100 men was to overthrow the local government. Ooh, no one's surprised. There's something about these videos. There's something about these videos. They remind me of 20 Days in Mariupol, in which it feels like people filming these videos feel like they're going to create a change, and that change never happens because we are complicit. And it makes me so dreamerish every single time I see it. Like when this was released, the journalists were definitely like, oh yeah, once the world sees this, the world's gonna do something. But the fact is, the world knows. And they're just going to allow it. And that's that. And no matter how many videos you have of Russians very openly and very clearly saying what they are doing, no one's going to do shit about anything.
Как сюда попали в Судан?
Ехали через САР в Хартум.
Какая цель?
Свергнуть местное правительство.
Сколько вас здесь?
100 человек.
В каком городе базируетесь?
САР.
Who are the Wagner it's under right now? Now that their previous leader has, taken lots of drugs and spontaneously exploded in his own plane, who are they now under? Russia just wants its lands they lost back. Oh yeah, the historical Russian lands of Sudan. Oh, the leadership structure is unclear. Great, amazing, fucking amazing. Proxy war of Russia, Ukraine as well. Oh, yeah. True. I do understand why it's important to limit their operations. VPN will start being banned in Russia. Hey, does anyone know what Russians think about this? Like, did anyone look at Telegram or whatever? Because I haven't. I'll have to look into Telegram to see what they're posting about this. Mizulina admitted it will not be possible to block all VPNs, but the authorities will limit access to large applications. A VPN, especially a free one, is a portal to hell. It's a very big hole in your device. Safe Internet League in Russia. Oh, avid supporter of war. the international news agency, she called the citizens who left Russia and disagree with Russia's invasion of Ukraine crowing roosters. And the departure from the country was a cleansing of unwanted citizens. First we will clean Ukraine from the Nazis and Bandera, and then we will get to Google and Wikipedia. Oh, what the hell? League of Safe Internet. What the hell? VPN is portal to hell. No need for that VPN technology. Oh, this is something English. This is not that one. That's wrong. I should probably like Google the woman's name. Should probably look her up. And then from her, yeah, I'll be able to get elsewhere. Safe Internet League. Para-governmental organization. A very famous public Orthodox figure. Oh, Malafev. Oh, Anonymous attacked them 2 times. Well, it's something. It's more than 0 times, so almost impressed. Almost impressed. Consequences of an attack on their positions, as a result of which a large number of UAVs and means of radio electronic warfare were destroyed. Wait, is this the one that happened today? Because I saw... I saw one attack happened today. Holy shit, that was the... Oh, that was the worst misspelling of Google I've ever done. How is it? Images, paste from clipboard. Why is he switching to do it like this and then like this? Lack of systemic work. There's no counter-battery warfare or systemic isolation of the battlefield. Some did not study well at school or academy and are used to only reporting results. Some people are used to doing everything carelessly. The result is 2 years of SVO, and there is no one responsible for the snail pace of advancement. During the destruction of the position, not a single colonel or higher was injured. Well, that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad, but okay. That's a bit depressive. Hoped for some strong hits. Hey, yo!
American Tucker Carlson. At the beginning of February of 2024, he decided to jump on a plane and go sightseeing in chilly Moscow. Here he is enjoying the Spartacus Ballet at the
DOS?
Theater
Oh,
in
shit.
Moscow. Some have speculated that he went to Moscow to interview Russia's
I tried
genocidal
not
leader
to miss
Vladimir
anything, but I could have
Putin.
missed it.
Now, let's imagine for a while. It's 1943, and an American journalist decides to travel to Berlin to have a neutral
Becca get a
interview
bit
with
jumped
one
off?
Adolf Hitler. In addition to
looking
the
a bit
Kremlin crowd and troll farms, Carlson's trip has been defended by MAGA politician Marjorie Taylor Greene. Of course, Carson has previously said that he's rooting for Putin and for Russia, so it's not that big of a surprise that he actually went to meet his masters.
Would we
This fella
expect
here,
him to be
he's
there
the
already?
Kremlin's favorite American Tucker Carlson.
Do we think Becca made a proper
Beginning of
video, like a
February of
whole
2024.
Soup Central video on this? Beckham. Twatte. Pekka. He made video on... Hey, we didn't watch the Solovyov video. But we know Solovyov is full of shit, right? Do we need to think about it? Do we need to question? Pretty sure that was actually TOS. Oh shit. Oh, it is. Is it? It is. Is it? What are the TOS rules around? What are the TOS the lines? I'm just leaving, yeah. You wanna get me top sent. That's what you're trying to do to me. That was cruel. I'm implementing some sort of community control. Gonna do some automatic link checkers implemented in chat, so don't have to switch.
Remember
to
when
Kick2?
FSB claimed to have stopped a Ukrainian assassination plot against Vladimir Solovyov?
Oh, is that the one with...
Yeah, they planted all this crazy evidence like...
Wait, is that the one with sim games?
swastika flags and Mein Kampf and,
Or was
and
it
Green
the one
Wave.
on...
And apparently they were supposed to plant SIM cards, the ones you put in
Was
on
that one?
phones, also at the place.
I thought it might have
they
been the...
misunderstood the rules and
Was
they
it
planted
Simonian one? Or which
the
whoever's
video game, The
assassination
Sims.
was it?
They planted those. I like Sims. It's a good game. Is it a game?
An assassin. It is well known that assassins love playing The Sims. I like his little...
In today's
loading
Kremlin
screen.
Files, we'll introduce
I'm
a Russian
sending- I'm
TV star
streaming in the
and one
morning
of the
because I have
country's
work
main
in
propagandists, Vladimir
hour and a
Solovyov.
half.
He is best known for his aggressive
to work.
rhetoric against
I'm
the
waking
West.
up to new shit
Зачем мы
this whole
ждем
week.
контрнаступления?
The
Использовать
entirety of the
тактическое ядерное оружие.
And for saying whatever
It's
he
torture. Should be legal.
whatever the Kremlin wants him to say. From the second grade onward, Vladimir attended the elite special school number 27, where the children and grandchildren of high-ranking Soviet officials, diplomats, and other notable figures studied. After finishing school, Vladimir Solovyov enrolled at the Moscow Institute of Steel and Alloys in 1980. During his time at the institute, he studied alongside Putin's master propagandist Vladislav Surkov. During the 90s, Solovyov worked as a lecturer in the United States. Then in 1999, he finally found his calling when he started working as a presenter on TV talk shows. Slowly but surely, he's become Russia's propagandist #1.
Wait, I have to show you something. Is my account connected? No, I gotta fix it. But let me do it like this. Wait, I gotta open it in another browser
And
again.
his genocidal rants are known around the world.
Ну да, мы хорошо. Мы вот такой русский медведь. Да и пошли все нахрен.
Solovyov's primary mission is to get Russians riled up about the war and the brutal Ukrainians. For this, he uses a powerful strategy. He's one of the few people who is allowed to criticize the Russian leadership, of course excluding Vladimir Putin. His propaganda is mimicking the classic Kremlin rhetoric, and he likes to spout about Ukrainian Nazis, Satanists, Banderites, bioweapons, and so on. He's also blamed NATO for waging war against Russia in Ukraine.
Эту операцию. Они указывали украинцам, что делать. Они знали, к чему ведут. Именно поэтому еще в сентябре сказали: ройте окопы, что признает украинская власть. Потому что они понимали, что они планируют удар.
Bro, since I deleted a bunch of shit from Opera for it to work faster, I keep on forgetting to connect it to my phone so I can do the what's the word? So I can do the links properly. But check this out on Medusa. Russia arrest former Zelensky advisor Alexei Arestovich in absentia. According to Moscow's court press release, Arestovich stands accused of publicly calling for terrorism and spreading disinformation about the Russian army. He resigned after suggesting in an interview that the Russian missile that destroyed a residential building in Dnipro had been shot down by Ukrainian air defenses. You remember that, right? He said it without any sort of evidence. In May 2023, he was added to the Russian authorities' registry of terrorists and extremists. Now, Medusa posted it now. 10:54, like 20 minutes ago. No, Medusa is not... I wouldn't call it as bad as most of their other sources. Medusa definitely, though, look at this. It's kind of interesting to look at this. You see it in English, right? Look at the English version of Medusa. So it's about Dezdin, it's about Georgia Security Service using explosives en route from Ukraine to Russia, allegedly. Russian woman died of a heart attack after being told her husband died in Ukraine. How Russia targeted critics. Yandex parent company announcing deal to sell Russian assets. And then you switch to the Russian one. And the last time I did this, let me check if it's still like this. Last time I did this, what they had was like a bunch of world news. That was that. Now they're actually having more Russian news. This is impressive. Because the last time I went to this, it was like, hey, what's going on in other countries? And then a small amount of it was actually on Russia. This is actually better right now. This is better right now. Trash, yeah. I don't think they're doing anything groundbreaking. I don't think they're bad. I don't know. I don't think they're good. I think I'm neutral on them. I don't think they're doing anything groundbreaking though. They, it's Russians. Like, how against this war are they? They aren't. I don't think they are. Yeah. It's like, calling them opposition is a good way to say it. Yeah, true. It's like not as horrible as many other of their sources, but also don't consider them to be good. They're not fighting against the situation in Russia. No one really is in Russia. I feel out of like bigger organizations. None of them really give a shit. Thompson doesn't stand in Arestovich anymore. Oh, really? Oh, nice. That's good. I keep on forgetting to ask him, because whenever I come to his stream, he's talking about something else. And then I feel stupid asking him. And then, we just kind of switched the conversation to whatever else. So I don't really know his opinions, to be honest. I don't really know what Thompson thinks. I know what he thinks about apartments. I know nothing else. Russian language in Latvia. Oh, damn, wait, thank you. Let me save. Is it a long video? 15 seconds. Oh, legs. Yeah, relatively. I'm interested though. Latvia defending its borders and language from Russia. Oh, what happened? Some new laws got passed? Some new laws? Yeah, he used to stand in Arestovich. True. And then he kind of like moved away from it. He doesn't like Biden much anymore either. Oh, I haven't asked for that either. Did he like Biden? He used to like Biden? He used to be into Biden? Know that. Why? Today we pledged to not buy any more Nutella because they are committed to Russia, and to give double to Toonie Tuesday to support swifter victory in Ukraine. Based. Fair and based. I didn't know Nutella is sticking with Russia. That's kind of sad. Really? It's kind of disappointing. That's kind of disappointing, my dude. Armed forces of Ukraine eliminated the commander of artillery in combat vehicles, a militant with the call sign Tishina, who took direct part in the occupation of Marinka. Good. He doesn't know what happened to Arestovich, like maybe he thinks Arestovich just is cynical and trying a new political tactic. Or Putin has his family hostage, oh shit. I think him becoming cynical might be true, but you see, isn't he very... Okay, my perspective on this is not a realistic one. Because when I say that someone's perspective is way too pro-Russian, you know, it's like I'm pretty sure I'm on the extreme when it comes to my feelings on Russia. But he said some things that were really sounding like he wants to play along with Russia really, really soon. He's willing to give them some concessions and he's willing to play with the country really, really soon. I think he even said some things that make this sound like Putin's war and not Russia's war, if I'm not mistaken. To be honest, I forgot about Arestovich almost completely. I haven't really looked into his recent dealings. I remember he had, there was a whole thing with him being mocked because he was angry at people making fun of that Russian who got eaten by a shark. You remember that? He was like, oh yeah, you're as bad as the invaders now. Like how many companies just sell everything to Russia through Kyrgyzstan? Boycotting is kind of useless. Yeah, I feel it's alright though when there's a big campaign against them, because it forces them to make a big public move in order to shake off the campaign. But then the campaigning has to be really, really strong. A good example, I think, is HBO. HBO having to remove that Serbian actor who supports Russian invasion. I think that was really good, and I think that was really, really strong, and he was actually, kicked out because of his views on this. But it took like weeks, months maybe even, of constantly spamming HBO and the Ukrainian ministry itself calling them out for hiring him, right? For HBO to kick him out. And I feel something like this could be done with other companies and they could make a strong move. Maybe not in a way that they will completely pull out of Russia, but I feel Russia losing sort of like support still is good. It's just the effort it would take, like just boycotting isn't enough. This war ends, Thompson starts political career. I ruin it, reminding Harry Soul Thompson used to be Arestos bitch. Come on. Would you not like Thompson in your political leadership though? Would he not be great? He would be great. He would be like a military minister or something, and he would just make the strongest military in the world, so he could fuck Russians if they ever come back. I feel in some sort of positions, his extreme will to get really emotional might actually be like good when it comes to that. It makes the supply chain through Kyrgyzstan longer and more expensive. Ineffective, maybe. Useless, no. Could see that. I think political pressure is really, really good. I think it's good. I think if you pressure one firm to say they're pulling out of Russia, then I think more firms will be more likely to get pressured to pull out of Russia too. I think adding them to the list of terrorist supporters is a great thing. And also, I do think one important part of this that I think people miss out on quite often is that as much as you are boycotting firms still working with Russia, you should be supporting firms that do not work with Russia anymore. It should be like both the punishment and reward. And I feel we're not giving the reward enough. But if we were actually, doing better, sort of, how's it called online? User-generated content? Like whenever you get something from these firms, you should be bragging about it and you should be like doing free advertisement basically. I feel something like that, if it reaches a bigger scale, it would actually be a proper reward, and companies might see it as a bigger benefit than, you know, being so desperate about working with Russia. ChatGPT, how to become a town's mayor. Oh, I love his use of ChatGPT though, it's so fun. He's so torn what to think about Zelensky, Zaluzhny. Do we even have any like proper confirmations? Do we have any confirmation at all on what's going on there? Because what I keep on seeing is just like news and news and news, like questioning and then doubting themselves and then saying stuff that is opposite from shit that they've already told. I saw Arthur make a video on this. I didn't even want to show it on stream because I was like, what is this? Like, why? Why would you talk about this? We don't know what's going on. We literally have no idea what's going on. Isn't this just drama creation? Yeah, grifting. That's what it seems. So it's like, it's weird that people on our side are giving so much attention to it. Maybe we should focus on stuff that is actually going on and just let them resolve this in whichever way. Like, come on. If all the sanctions were useless, Kadyrov wouldn't be trying to remove them in exchange for Ukrainian POAs. Oh yeah, your sanctions aren't working, but stop them. Your sanctions are useless, but you gotta stop doing them. True. Why does he not like Zaluzhny? Do we even know why he doesn't like Zaluzhny? Do we know what's going on there? Wait, did I save it? Did I save that video? Yeah, no, I didn't. I did save this one. We are better than the US, but in what exactly? I didn't save the one on Zaluzhny Zelensky. I do wonder if Arthur would be like, oh yeah, guys, this is all just grifting. This is all just grifting, and people should stop making guesses on this.
I'll be back in April. But right now, luckily we have
Economist article calling it a stalemate.
We made a couple of street interviews in Belarus. I will publish them soon. And in rural parts of Russia.
Wouldn't that be?
If you want to learn more about remote areas of Russia, right now.
Here's the way it feels. Wouldn't that be like just basically a question of how differently they used to have to approach the conversations on the topic depending on their job? Because like as a military commander, you have to acknowledge, and you are able to acknowledge the situation on the ground in a much different way than someone who is a political leader. I feel like Zelensky also knows what the situation is like on the ground. I feel he's just choosing different ways to say it because he is a political leader, right? Start to be strategic. Ooh! Wait, I was starting to watch a video on Russian. Oh no, I clicked out. Okay. Joint statement on the anniversary of Tartu peace treaty. Ooh. Diplomacy week. Threats to European security have not disappeared. There is a war being waged in Europe now, and just as back then, this war does not concern only a few countries. In Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine, the future of all of Europe is at stake. It moves us to ask whether we will allow Europe to be subjected to the politics of force guided by imperialism, or do we want a Europe where sovereignty and territorial integrity hold force in reality and aggression is cast into the dustbin of history? These are existential principles for Estonia, and our answer is unequivocal. Unequivocal. Holy shit, a word. We will not allow the aggressor to win, the statement says. To win Russia's war of aggression, we must support Ukraine and we must maintain our unity both at home and among allies. In the current tense circumstances, a particularly great responsibility falls on diplomacy. However, today's diplomacy cannot be conducted in a vacuum. We would like to thank all Estonian diplomats and their families and all people who have stood up for Estonia and continue to do so. The disputes of Estonia's domestic politics must remain between our walls. Abroad we stand as one. Fair. Fair, 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 fair. Oh, I clicked on this. Okay, fair. Zelensky is more worried about not demoralizing people. Yes, yes, yes. Zaluzhny is just trying to be objective. Yeah. I think it's that. Yeah, definitely. Like, Zelensky is aware of the situation. He can't say it. He has to find a different way to say it. He can't just go and be like, oh yeah, guys, this is pretty much a stalemate. He can't say it. So I think that then Zaluzhny, who has a lot of popularity, Zaluzhny coming out and saying it's demoralizing. It's demoralizing. He's also seen as a leader. They both are seen as leaders. So yeah. Zaluzhny has much higher ratings than Zelensky. Can imagine, yeah. Zaluzhny has never shown any intent to go into politics. True. As far as I know, he never really wanted to become a politician, or I haven't seen anyone reporting on this. But I still think that his popularity is not something that he maybe wanted, or something that he controls at all, you know? He doesn't want to get into politics, but considering the amount of popularity he gets, he is inherently a political actor. Hired by oligarchs media who are against Zelensky. Oh yeah, I remember that too. There was a whole analysis last year already, I think, when people were like, oh yeah, it's pro-Russians who are pushing this conversation. And then nothing happened. Then there was also like a huge thing with, Zaluzhny and Zelensky fighting. And nothing really happened with the situation. It just stayed the way it is. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is also a very dramatic retelling of what's going on. Military Academy's Electronic Warfare Center of Excellence opens e-warfare lab. Nice. Oh, nice. It is to bring together electronic warfare expertise in Estonia. Hey! Test it on Russians. We cannot afford the luxury of not talking about electronic warfare, as it has become a daily presence. We just need to look at what's happening in Ukraine or what's happening between Israel and Hamas. Every officer who graduates from the academy must be aware of what is happening in today's technology and what tools will be used against them on the battlefield from the very first moment. True. There were 0 crucial laws implemented related to the war. Weapon licensing, rehabilitation of injured, exhausted soldiers, out-of-frontline support for soldiers. Our politicians are useless. POS, as it always has been. Oh shit. Do you think the protests are changing something? I've seen was it last week when there were news about Ukrainians protesting because the funding hasn't been sufficiently given to the front line? Do you think there's any possibility things will change on that front? Because I imagine even if, of course, there's still some amount of corruption present around, but even the most corrupt politicians are surely aware that, if Russia wins this, what, you think they're just going to accept you into their ranks so you can continue being corrupt, but just on their side? Come on. What would be the benefit of refusing to supply the troops more? And who are these, by the way? Why do I have my translation thing? Blogger?
Я тебя буду обвинять в том, что ты работаешь на ГУР. У меня есть доказательства.
Oh, we need English translation. I will pay this man to give us English subs.
что ты работаешь на чат-рулетку. У меня есть доказательства, как ты и другие блогеры банят, но когда мне придется ответить за свои слова и доказать свои слова, я не буду этого делать. То есть это самая удобная позиция. Чисто русская позиция. Просто поверь мне на слово, брат. То есть я кидаю вброс, я буду вас в этом обвинять, я выложу ролик. Он, кстати, выложил ролик, где смонтировал...
I need the entirety of it. No, I'm lost in the context. No, I'm lost in the context. If not volunteers about these years, it will be done no matter the Western help. Yeah, that's too. That too. Volunteers absolutely have been much more useful than I feel anyone. Wish they could root that shit out of their society, yeah. It's like they're working on it, but the process is so long, and this isn't even unique to Ukraine, you know, like we're still fighting corruption. All of our countries are still fighting corruption to some sense. It just sucks that they have to fight Russians at the same time too. It's making it extra hard and it's making it extra harmful. So it just absolutely sucks. Some of our politicians made all possible to make volunteer lives harder. What? Why the fuck would they sabotage efforts to help their own country? Like, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do while my country is being under attack? I'm going to sabotage it. I'm going to help the enemy just because, I don't know, the volunteers are more useful than I am? How does that make any sort of a sense? That's betrayal. That's goddamn betrayal. That's some Tucker Carlson level of bullshit. Trump level of bullshit too, isn't it? If it's political. Just ridiculous. Corruption is improving. Oh yeah, they got a better rank. Better rank. True. Ooh. Are we still far from Europe? No. Average score of EC in Western Europe is 65. Almost twice as much as Ukraine currently has, but let's compare us with other candidate countries for the European Union. Or maybe with some countries of European Union itself. Maybe something like Hungary. But yeah, Ukraine is doing well. 42. 34. 53. 53. 37. 42. 36. 46. 35. Czarnogora. Czarnogoria. Nice. Okay, fair. Holy crap. Macedonia. We should stop paying Ukrainian refugees money so they return to Ukraine. Oh yeah, that was wait, the way I understood that interview, I don't know if because I've seen clips, I haven't seen the whole interview, so I might be misinformed. But the way I understood it is he said that there should be greater cooperation between countries where refugees go to and the state of Ukraine, because he is worried, right? He thinks there might be some refugees who are getting aid from Ukraine and from the states where they are too. So it's like they're getting aid, for example, from Germany, and they're also getting aid from Ukraine. And he believes that they should cut off this aid from Ukraine, so they're only getting aid for Germany. Which, like, if that's what he said, I haven't seen the whole interview. That's what I got from the clips. If that's what he said, I get the meaning of it. It's just like, is this your biggest concern right now? Is that, like, you know, I understand. I understand why you might be thinking that this is like a little glitch, let's say, in the services, and we gotta work on that. But, like, is that your biggest problem at the time? Is that your biggest issue? I don't really feel it is. I really feel it would be. Modern interpretation of the famous painting, Cossacks writing a letter to the Turkish Sultan. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. What was that other one that they also did? Yeah, you remember when they did another interpretation of this one, but like a few months ago? That was also really, really good. it was actually almost perfect, I want to say. It was almost perfect. Well, I have to find Zelensky interview. Do we know which news he spoke to? So we can look at it. Pediatrician was accused of discrediting the Russian armed forces. She was fired from the hospital, banned from using mail, telephone, internet, and her apartment was searched and smashed. She faces 5 years of imprisonment. Publication on Russian Telegram channel. Anastasia Niskina brought her child for a checkup. During the visit, the boy was moody. The doctor asked what was wrong. The widow replied that the son pines for his father, who died in Ukraine. The pediatrician said, "Your husband was a legitimate target of Ukraine." I mean, she said she didn't say it, but if she did, she's based. If she did say it, she's fucking based. Eating healthy, even when you cook everything yourself, is still expensive as fuck. Is proof that the people running this capitalist hellscape just want everyone who is on top of 1% to slowly poison themselves. To be fair, I have some doubts about the idea that eating healthy, even when you cook everything yourself, is really expensive. And the reason I have doubts over this idea, it might be just a Croatian experience, but like when I was growing up, we were really fucking poor. We were really, really fucking poor for like a long amount of time, right? I'm talking poor. And we were cooking all of our food by ourselves, and we always were able to do it with like the minimum amount of cost. It's usually really, really cheap to go to like stores and to buy. You can buy seeds from your plants. We had a little part of the garden that we were designated for it. I know other families had like those flower pots where they would be growing potatoes and shit the whole year. You can grow onions, you can grow a lot of food yourselves. This really depends on how much of a garden I feel you have and how much growing space you have for your own foods. But you can get a lot of that. You can get a lot of foods for very cheap. Again, might be Croatian experience, but like when you go to a store, you can buy like 5 kilos of potatoes for really cheap. That shit is not expensive. The thing we see a lot though is people coming into the shop and then they buy like those packages of food that are pre-cooked and you just gotta like heat them up in the microwave or something. That shit is really goddamn expensive, and I know several pensioners who keep on complaining about the amount of their pensions and they keep on buying that shit. Of course it's expensive as hell when you buy food that is already pre-made. It's always gonna be more expensive than if you just buy a bunch of potatoes and then a bunch of onions. I'm genuinely not sure that cooking food by yourself is really expensive. Even now, like I've got several family members, we are doing okay-ish so far, but also we have gotten the backyard situation under control. So we have our own chicken, we have our own eggs, we have our own relatively garden, fruits, let's say it like that. So we are supporting ourselves in big part in that, and then in big part we just buy produce when it's on sale. But also I do have family members which are living in cities. They do not have a backyard, they do not have a garden to be able to grow their own foods, and still you can buy a lot of things that are on sale, and if you cook by yourself for yourself, it's still very goddamn cheap. I genuinely don't think it's expensive. I just think people don't really know how to do it properly. I think people are just not really aware of how much thinking and how much pre-planning something like that needs, right? Because like for me, for example, it's almost a natural thing for me that when I walk into the store, the first thing I do is like I scan all the action prices. I walk in and I scan all the action prices, especially when it comes to fresh produce, just all of them. You look at all of them and you immediately, go and grab whatever is on action. It's like usually sometimes it gets to like 50% of the price it usually is. Why aren't we doing that? So yeah, I think eating healthy when you cook everything yourself is relatively cheap to be to be fair. I just think people aren't willing to do it. All the forces of the old world today have united for the holy persecution of Russia. No.
Происходит опять Россия. Это зачинщик, если хотите, крах Советского Союза. Это еще один этап глобальной трансформации. Опять это были мы. И вот сегодня СВО и то, что происходит, опять Россия. Это зачинщик, если хотите, причем осознанный зачинщик. Мы специально это сделали, понимая, что, наверное, сегодня нет другого способа начать эту трансформацию, чем предъявить эти свои требования всему человечеству и объяснить, что прежнего мира больше не будет. И этот сигнал должны услышать многие другие. И когда происходит такой вызов уже и с нашей стороны, когда мы говорим старому миру «нет», помните, как у Маркса, все силы старой Европы ополчились в травле этого священного призрака, говорил Маркс про коммунизм. Так вот, сегодня
манифесте коммунистической партии.
Да, манифест коммунистической партии. Так вот, все силы старого мира сегодня ополчились в священной травле России, которая бросила этому старому миру свой вызов.
Kinda weirds me out he would be quoting
Крах Советского Союза. Это еще один этап глобальной трансформации.
Russia doesn't even like the idea of communism. Why would you? Why? You're not even supporting the idea. Mm. 28-29 Russian officials collaborators were killed. Saw this. I was like, I saw it reported as a bakery or something. Fucking based though. Where's the Russian real news at? You got some? If you got some, show it. Players of the Czech club Slavia Praha refused to play a match with a team who played with the Russian team on a charity game in support of Ukraine. Holy shit! Together with more than 6,000 fans, the teams raised funds for ambulances and medical equipment for Ukraine. Based! Based! Nice! Oh, great! Oh, that is great! Holy shit! I thought they would be refusing to play with the Russian team, but they're refusing to play with a team who played with the Russian team. Oh, that's amazing! This is amazing. This is turning me into a football fan. Russia asked for their former prisoners to get them back. Chmobiks and conscripts were left to rot in Ukrainian jail. No, I haven't seen the videos, but damn. Why? Damn. Okay, fair. Why? Why the priority? They summoned the UN security meeting for it. Oh, that's fair. Nice. Fucking Russia. Summoning a UN security meeting. Oh no, they hit us while we were doing a peaceful invasion, I guess. Easier to send them back next second time? Ah, fair. Military summary, the fuck is that? Establishment of control over the main supply route of the Ukrainian armed forces going to the central eastern parts of Avdiivka. Oh, you mean real news, like the situation on the front line. That makes sense. To be honest, I followed the news on the frontline situation rather... How would I say it? Cautiously? Cautiously, mostly. I follow the official government publications on this. I try not to show too many breaking news frontline videos because I feel recently there has been a lot of them that have been showing very dramatic information that has not been confirmed. There's very often like little videos that they add that have been proven to be videos from other conflicts or like historical videos. So I try not to take any of it too seriously until we see like an official report on this situation. Because when it comes to these videos, it's like I can go and make a video. You know what I mean? Like I can go and make a video on this. And then, you know, like, how are we giving them any reliability? So I'm not really taking it too seriously. Biden depends on what. Did see some things that Biden has said. He'll veto Israel bill if he doesn't have Ukraine fighting. Oh yeah, saw that. Russia would have won the war by now if its HQ doesn't promote generals by which one can kill the most of its own soldiers for every meter square. Yeah. Oh, I'm not using. No, wasn't there another one with the same username? I swear there was another one with the same username that I was following, but I wasn't using Twitter in a very, very, very long time. Wasn't using Twitter in a very, very, very long time. I don't know what changed on the app. I basically just go there when I see something from Twitter linked on Threads. Yeah. Look at the typical blonde Ukrainian. The fuck is that? Oh my dude. Good morning. Hey, Threads is okay. I like the fact that they don't have as many Russian bots on it yet. So far, so clear. It's interesting. Like you see Biden post something about Ukraine, for example. You see Biden post something and then you go into the replies and the replies are good. You never see that shit on Twitter. My dude. Just using Twitter kind of feels slimy because of Elon and everything, so I'm trying not to really be on the site too much. Not a fan. All I see is bots on Threads. Oh, my Threads is alright. But I do... Am I automatically logged in on browser? Did I log in here? Oh, I did. Okay. Like mine is good. Mine's doing fine. So I think I'm doing like all right. Yeah, you gotta block people. That's one thing you gotta do on Threads when you start using it. You gotta immediately block shit you don't want to see. So when it comes to follower farming, I immediately like blocked a bunch of it. All of those. We support each other, so come and follow me. I blocked every single one I saw in like the first few weeks of using Threads. Every single one, just immediately blocked. Every single first name bunch of numbers account, and then you go into their replies and you see that they're just replying with like hate farming, block. And I blocked so many accounts. I don't even know how many I have blocked. But my Threads is actually alright. It's actually like an alright thing. It's a bit too much USA recently. That's what I don't like right now, because I used to be following a lot of what's going on in USA to understand the Ukraine bill situation, how it's tied to the border bill. And now I'm getting lots of people just like analyzing whatever Biden says. So that's kind of boring. But apart from that, it's like genuinely good. Frontline news from Ukrainian journalists in the frontline. Butuso is currently in Avdiivka. Oh, nice. That seems good. AK likes 3K comments. I know Biden did post here. Wait. Biden. What's his? POTUS. He posted the POTUS one. This one. I like it's actually alright. And then like reaching an agreement on bipartisan national security deal, including the toughest and fairest set of border reforms in decades. He is actually doing some like strong moves recently, and it's interesting to follow. Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook are fucked with Russian bots and propaganda. My feed is full of stupid Trump shorts despite I block and report all of them. Oh yeah, I understand that too. I think it depends on like which feed specifically it is. I've noticed TikTok, for example, being very bad about this because I think TikTok, like when you see a video, that counts as an engagement. And you get it on your recommended, you see it, and then you immediately go and block the account, but you still saw it. So it still recommends you similar videos. I think that's what it does. Or like if you click on the profile, maybe that's what it counts as engagement. I'm not sure what he does. But I've noticed TikTok being especially bad on this in that if you go and you block the account, it gives you more similar accounts in the future. But the rest of them... yeah, Blue Sky isn't taken off. Blue Sky is kind of... I don't know why Blue Sky is doing so badly, by the way. I don't know where they fucked up. I'm not sure what they messed up. Yeah, sharing on tweets counts as engagement. Yeah. It's why if you see a Vatnik and you want to bully them, take a screenshot and then share the screenshot. Do not share the actual account. You're just giving them more engagement. Endless stack of coffee inside the military morgue in the Rostov. Fair. Russian bots are even smarter than pro-Russians online, who are saying Russian technology is superior to Western technology, even when Russia uses Cold War era weapons in this war. Yeah, that's true. But also, I feel the bots are, specifically... They had pre-planned topics, and when we talk about pro-Russians, who are very often just normal people, they don't really have pre-planned topics to spam about. They kind of gotta respond to whatever's being the topic. And then very often they just say dumb shit. Airplane flying from Milan, veered off the runway upon landing but continued moving. Oh? Why? Why does that happen? Blue Sky algorithm is bad? And most features are broken? To be fair, Threads was absolutely horrible the first time I started using it. They didn't have search. You couldn't search tweets. Like right now you can go and you can try Russophobia and you can search for it in tweets. You couldn't do that. When I made the account for the first time, you couldn't do that. You could only search accounts. You couldn't search like the words mentioned in tweets. In posts. In tweets. That was stupid. That was fucking dumb. And now they fixed it. So you actually can search, but you can only do you can only get like popular search results. You can't get the chronological ones. They're saying that they need to improve moderation before allowing chronological ones. Facebook and Instagram users don't separate Russia and Ukraine as different regions. Oh! So I get recommendations based on my Eastern degenerate neighbor preferences? Oh, damn! Oh, holy shit, that seems horrible. You log onto the app and you just get recommended, like, fucking war songs. Fucking kids singing about making bombs. Man, that sounds horrible. Our kids consume content the Russian degenerate same agers do. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. Oh, that's bad. I didn't know they don't separate. That seems horrible. Do they separate between like Balkan regions? Do they usually separate regions based on like country borders? How do they usually like? I've never thought about when they say like region, popular content in your region. I never really thought what they mean by a region. It's not like a country. It is a country. So why wouldn't you separate Ukraine from Russia? Maybe it's like a bigger... Maybe they do the thing with like, oh, Eastern Europe, one region. Well, I never looked into it. Could also be via language. Yeah, like if you set the language of your app as Russian, Then it gives you Russian content, and then it gives you Russian produced content too, because it's just content in Russian. Ensuring participants of the special military operation will be able to vote in the presidential election. Special attention is paid to ensuring voting of personnel in the zone of special military operation. Today we will discuss how the preparation for the participation of the military electorate in the election campaign is going. Great. And the main thing is to publish the locations of polling stations. Please do, please do. Please do. Let us know. Let us know when it's going to happen. Know how stupid the average kid is? Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Chechnya! Grozny was destroyed by Russians. 3 years earlier, Russia signed a peace treaty with Chechens. They had lost the war, needed a pause, only to go back and kill up to 300,000 Chechens, 25% of the entire small but proud nation that wanted freedom. This is how peace talks with Russia always end. That is why Ukraine does not want them until they leave our land. That is why we're asking for guns. First Chechen president, Joker Dudayev, was killed by a Russian rocket during telephone conversations, on April 21st, 1996. They calculated his whereabouts and killed him, pretending to negotiate. In 1995, he said in an interview, Russia will eventually face Ukraine. Russia will fall when the sun of Ukrainian freedom rises. He knew that 28 years ago. Man. Man, what a piece of shit. Eastern and southern side, yeah. Definitely most likely. My phone doesn't even have Russian language as an option, really? Just like any other language you can pick. Russian? That would be base though. That would be fucking base if they would just start making them that way. I would support that. If there's a new phone made, just all languages but Russian. I think I would really want to get it, just like support the idea. Don't want your flying threats. What? Hey, senior Ukraine Air Force official told 2 Australians in Kyiv he wasn't interested in a donation of 41 retired FA-18 Hornet fighters. Oh, come on! Oh, I have to sub. I wanna be subbing. What? Phone is bootleg, no Slav languages in OS. Oh, like no option at all. Oh, okay. I understand that. I thought it was like just Russian. That would be so fucking cool. The statement effectively killed the deal, highlighting a stark misunderstanding between Australia and Ukraine amid Ukrainian pilots' desperate attempts to evade Russian aircraft. What was the misunderstanding part? Oh, Australia has chosen not to reopen its embassy in Kyiv. Bro! Oh, they're not saying what the misunderstanding was. Ukraine's government, including President Volodymyr Zelensky and his advisors, sent mixed signals about its military needs, complicating negotiations. They're not saying what the misunderstanding was, so I guess there was no misunderstanding. It's like, oh yeah, something was lost in context. What? It seems rather Clear. What happened? Hey, we take these high-tech planes, yeah. Russian urban legend about female sniper mercenaries fighting against Russian forces in various armed conflicts from the late 1980s. Legend describes these women as blonde, Amazon-like nationalistic biathletes turned anti-Russian mercenaries. Someone pitched this to Marvel. They come predominantly from the Baltic states, but subsequent variations of the legend have diversified the ethnic composition of the snipers, including Ukrainian and Russian women. The name white tights originates from the white-colored winter sports attire these snipers were wearing and was first coined during the First Nagorno-Karabakh War. I wish. I wish. Yeah, slippers. Slippers spreading disinformation. In November 2008, Bestyrkin, head of Russian Prosecutor General's investigative committee, suggested that mercenaries from the Baltic states were among those known to have participated on the Georgian side during the Russo-Georgian War, including a female sniper from Latvia. There were reports of snipers from other countries. These reports resurrected the rumors of white tights operating in Caucasus. We had thoughts that the ghost of the white tights had died in the Russian press, but now we see that it still roams Russia. 2014, Golyadin, correspondent of the Russian news outlet Life News in Ukraine, reported unconfirmed information about Baltic women snipers in action against pro-Russian forces during the siege of Slavyansk. 1 minute ago, APCs arrived and cannon fired at the BZS checkpoint, situated between Kharkiv and Rostov. Self-defense forces had to be moved out of there. The commander of the checkpoint arrived and said that besides the APCs firing, they were also shot by snipers, and from what he heard, the snipers were women who spoke in some Baltic language. Well... 2 Lithuanian biathletes are portrayed as sadistic mercenary snipers fighting for the Chechen rebels. Oh man! We should infiltrate. We should infiltrate all the Russophobes. We should just start wearing white tights. Just make them fear it. Make them fucking scared. Why it was proven Facebook doesn't separate Russia and Ukraine? Man, ridiculous. Electronic Arts do, for example, like the same region. If they ban some feature for Russia, it will be banned for Ukraine as well. Oh, that's bullshit. Fearsome overpowered female warrior, gotta be one of my favorite recurring war myths. It's great. Oh, it's so great. Ukraine didn't get its request letter in on time for Taipans. They're not good at paperwork. That blew the whole thing. Having a conversation with the Ukrainians might have been clever. I hope the ministry and the minister have learned their lesson. Aww. Why didn't they just reopen the embassy? Like, if you're trying to help with weapons, why not have an embassy opened? This all seems like a horrible situation. Us women are powerful. Man, there's something about, Russians fearing women, coming there and sniping them in the ass. There's something just enjoyable about this. Like, yes, be scared, you bitch. every war, a story like this arises, and every time it's a Marvel ass shit. Yeah, it's a great thing though. I hope Marvel makes a movie about it. I hope we encourage the propaganda. Jim Jeffries' nephew died in one of those things. Oh, in those? Wait, which one is it? Not the Hawks. Taipans? In Taipans? And there's always some danger when you know, flying something like this, isn't there? Is this a lazy way for them to be sure they comply with sanctions? Since Russian occupied Ukraine is under sanctions, they just block all the Ukraine to be safe. Wait, wasn't it a situation before the war too? Before the sanctions were imposed? Or? The only Russian technology on par with the Western technologies are AA systems, which they are rightfully using in this war to shoot down planes of their own officers inside. Man, I was wondering where you are going with that. Yeah, true. They're, good Russians sometimes, I guess. It's really an unsafe helicopter. Yeah. But it's like, we've seen lots of reports of that's happening in aircraft like that, right? I wouldn't really be surprised by something like that. There were sanctions like that in 2014 too, under Obama. So wait, that's when the lack of separation between Ukraine and Russia was noticed. To be honest, I assumed that like from the start of making region-based recommendations, controls, I assumed from the start, from when they like made up the idea of like, oh, we have users and then users are separated in regions. I assumed from the start that they didn't separate the regions properly. That was my assumption, right? Not that this started with the sanctions, so they would comply with the sanctions, but that this was just a thing from the beginning, that they didn't really bother to make regions be country border based. But I didn't look into this, so I guess you know a lot more than I do, definitely. Maybe even black trans women with multiple disabilities. True. Good news. Hey, there were lots of new weapons pledged recently, so it's good. It's all right. I just wish USA was more useful. Zaporozhye, it's being foolish. How dare you? Mythical spandex wearing bombshells of the Chechen war. Look at them. Female crack shot. Outside volunteers enlisting to fight in a regional struggle for moral, ideological, or religious reasons. In some cases, it's cash that's a motivating factor. I feel it would be just Russophobia. I feel that would be enough. I feel that's like worth more than cash, you know what I mean? It's worth more than money. The hired guns were supposedly all fair-skinned blonde beauties. Oh man. Other variations of the story described how the shapely sharpshooters dispatched their ill-fated victims while wearing makeup. Oh, horror, oh, horror. Horror, oh, horror. Now Russians will write a new song. Thank you, USA. Yeah, that too. Oh yeah, it is an urban legend. So it's like bullshit by definition, right? It exists to be fun, but that's that. I wish it was true. Would be cool if it was true. It just, unfortunately, very likely isn't. I mean, we do have hero female snipers fighting for Ukraine, so no, it's not like there's not enough heroes to be giving support for. How's Phoenix doing, by the way? Where did I see? I'm so bad at my Twitter usage, my dude. January 30th. Okay, we got updates January 30th. She's going through rehabilitation. She wants to return to the front line and continue fighting for her son's future. So, ayo. There was a story about some Israeli women defending an entire village. Oh, I remember that. Oh, yes, I remember that. I don't even know what was the details of that. I remember seeing a Twitter post on it just. Female co-worker was a sniper? Oh, got wounded and out of military service now. Oh shit, I hope she's alright. I hope she's alright. Woman Foreign Legion? She used to stream GTA roleplay on Twitch. What? A Twitch streamer. Nice. Hibernating Welsh streamer. Nice. The new Doom truck Dunning-Kruger was spectator variant just dropped. Streets of Andivka. There were some rumors that Luzny wanted to abandon Andivka. Pro-Russians leaping to defense of a convicted pedophile. He was actually never caught with a minor. Oh, fair. He was never caught with a minor. He was just messaging them. It's a completely different thing. Aww. Man, I hope she's safe. What? Did he write Kniv? Yeah. Kniv? I'm just looking at the letters. Oh, because he... Oh, okay. Okay. He thought this was N. Oh, that took me way too long to figure out. Kniv. Oh, right. Fair. Yeah. Oh man, that took me long to figure out what it was. Fair. Okay, to be fair, the what's the word? The Palestinian flags on Twitter really aren't giving us their best. That is true. Let me see where it is. Man, I love him. I mean, it's following no one's spelling rules, to be fair. I'm not sure it's even following spelling rules at all. Hey, Pekka! Pekka! I lost him! Lost my man. Oh, I don't. Okay, I've got like 15 minutes more. I can... X's massive problem with social media manipulation, paid chills, bots, and trolls. Oh, like all other social media platforms, pre-Elon Twitter was struggling with a massive problem with automated accounts and paid chills. It was doing much better than other platforms, and the company actually had one of the best safety teams around. Did it? Percentage of inauthentic activity remaining on the platforms after 4 weeks. Oh! Ho! Kniv. Twitter staff cuts leave Russian trolls unchecked. 2023, yeah. So it was doing well and then it wasn't. Wait, let me try to find my schedule. I mean, it was doing well though, wasn't it doing well? And then they were bitching about it. And then when they started bitching about it, then Elon removed most of the moderation, which was making the place controllable in the first place. One of Elon's early broken promises was that if his bid for Twitter succeeds, the team will defeat the spam bots without trying. He promised to authenticate all real humans. Of course, none of this happened, and the changes he made only made trolls more effective. Oh! There's probably more active troll farms than ever before, and it has become a lucrative business available for anyone and in every language. China, Russia, India, Philippines, Nigeria, Israel, and Ghana offer extensive social media manipulation services. Troll farm arms race. Trolls for hire in Philippines. What? Bro, is it that good of a business? Holy shit. Well, let me just update this so I can like focus on my Twitter pop. Can't believe I'm fucking focusing on Twitter. Oh, nice. Yeah, this did work. So why are you not showing up? I know why he's not showing up. It's because he's one. Yeah, it's because the command is one. I was trying to turn him on, and all of this time he was just when he wasn't scheduled. So yeah, that was fucking dumb. Should have just made it scheduled so I know what it is. Yeah, you can be getting paid to troll. I mean, you can be getting paid to make troll accounts, I guess. I don't know if you can be paid to troll, like as yourself. Wait, what link did I miss? This one. Half an hour. I have 13 minutes left. I'm saving it. With the white oh! Next stream viewing. Your troll money is coming soon. Oh, what you gonna get? 5 rubles? 5 rubles and that's that? Services often range from unsophisticated, like automatically registered accounts, to more sophisticated, like manually registered and hacked accounts that can be padded with custom, often political content. Oh! Yeah, but by the way, this, I don't know if you guys remember, but Twitch had a whole thing with this, in which it was encouraged to put two-factor authentication on your Twitch accounts, because if you didn't have two-factor authentication, your account would be stolen easily, and then they would use it to just be spamming chats all over the website. So yeah, be careful when it comes to that. Watch his videos in Russian, and all Croatia is doomed to consume Russian Nazi content. Look. I can say that I have been consuming a lot of Russophobic content And the amount of Croats in my surrounding areas who are seeing Russophobia content recommended to me recently is quite alright, quite healthy. So maybe it actually does have some effect. Because I recently made a joke with a friend that my company, the one that I work for, is donating money to drones to blow up some Russians. And I was like, oh, you probably haven't seen videos, but like, if you see them, you're gonna know that like I played a part in it. And he was like, oh no, for some reason I'm getting them recommended to me, and I don't even watch political content. Like I just hop on Twitter and sometimes I get these videos. So listen, maybe what you watch actually does have some sort of an effect. I don't know how it goes. I don't know how it works. I know people around me are getting Russians blowing up in their For You pages. Suppliers offer automation software that can be used to control bulk subscriptions, likes, shares, and follows. They can also be used to post comments en masse in a manner that they can't be deleted by social media platforms. You know what confuses the shit out of me? Why can't this be controlled? Because Instagram does the whole thing where like if you have suspicious activity, it removes your account because it suspects you're a bot account. And suspicious activity very often is just if you like way too many pictures. Sometimes like I would be just bored in the afternoon and I would like a bunch of shit, and then it would lock me out of my account because it was like, you might be a bot. You're doing way too many actions like way too quickly. Why can't they figure out a way to control for this? It doesn't seem that hard. Like sure, sometimes you're gonna lock in proper users, but that seems like a good price to pay considering the amount of bots you would also be controlling. Post some anti-LGBTQ stuff to MAGA, add in Ukraine evil Nazis and Russia good conservatives folk, and boom. Okay, yeah, true. It's easy, populism. Easy. Fire hose of falsehood. Astroturfing. This practice tries to present an orchestrated marketing or PR campaign so that it seems grassroots and organic. In addition to troll farms, astroturfing is used by companies and brands. Richmond, north of Richmond. Oh yeah, okay, fair. Online manipulation campaigns often focus on big events, such as elections. It's very difficult to control the flow of information, and that's why authoritarian regimes often focus on limiting the internet rather than trying to fight the swarm of trolls and their campaigns. Oh, so he thinks they're blocking the VPN so Russians wouldn't be able to... endanger Putin's rule before the elections? As if they actually count the votes? I can only get paid for trolling in rubles thanks to sanctions. Yeah. What's the worth of a ruble? How's it doing? $91.01? Should be worse. The golden age of history. Should be worse. Hey, Daniel, thank you for the sub. Hey, yo, thank you. Gold-based Bitcoins will displace the worthless US dollar as the supreme currency. Can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. Russian women can't spread their legs on Chatterbait anymore. Oh! They were using VPN to go to Chatterbait? Wait, Chatterbait is banned in Russia? Damn. Oh no, that's very sad. Anyway, oh man, these posts, it's a weird thing, but like whenever we do a thing which is like, oh yeah, look at look at Russia trying to control the internet to ensure Putin wins the elections, it feels like we are playing along. It feels like, we are pretending like they have real elections and real counting of votes. I don't feel they're banning VPNs because they are scared of how many people are going to change their minds and vote for whoever does get allowed to be opposition at the elections. They don't count the damn votes. They're not worried about that. Yeah, so VPNs are banned. So VPNs are banned. What I'm interested about is like what Russians think about that. And also, do we expect anything to happen out of this? I kind of don't. I expect them bitching about this for approximately 30 seconds after it happens, and then they will forget. These page chills form any topic revolving around Joe Biden, Nikki Haley, Donald Trump, and Tucker Carlson. They're also promoting ideas of a civil war in the US and the secession of Texas. Man, they all have verified accounts though! All of them are verified! Revolting and overthrowing the government. Oh, can't wait. Yeah, can't wait. Right after that, they're going to ride unicorns and go to fight with the, what was it, white tights? Apparently Russia is banning VPN. It was published, it's this woman. Ekaterina Mizulina. She's banning VPNs. I don't know what I think about it though. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. I'm not sure what they think they're doing with it. Even China didn't ban them? Oh yeah, but Russians do want to. It has been reported on I've seen it reported since yesterday, I think, a few times. So I do think she actually said it. Now whether she has the actual political will to do it, is she like testing what Russians are going to react like? Could see that. But yeah, she did say it. She did claim it. Yeah. Researchers have found that Russian troll farms often stop working during Russian holidays. Why? They also use culture-specific talking points like warm water pots in the case of Texas. With the help of generative AI interfaces, we will see less and less bad grammar in the future. AI solutions also allow auto-generation of content, as you can see by using the search term, as it goes against OpenAI's use case policy. Oh yeah. Oh, this is I cannot generate this requested content as it violates OpenAI's use case policy. Oh, how delightful. You can outlaw it, make it a crime to use VPN. Ooh, and then you go and conscript them. It's like banning someone from taking a shit. Could see that. No, but why? Can't you just like... I mean, I'm sure you can't fully ban the service. But surely you can at least attempt to ban some of the largest providers, or? I feel it should be possible. I don't know if it is. I feel it should be possible. Not all troll farms are Russian, and not all of them focus only on the West. They've been used extensively in the elections in the Arab world, and even firebrand pastors, dentists, pet food businesses, and health gurus have utilized them to gain popularity. They're used to artificially bloat accounts that spread specific narratives. Who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. Some Joey dude. Was losing followers until he had a big spike after mid-January 2024. This huge increase is probably as fake as his hairline. Nice. Just make crime illegal. Trying to start a civil war, and the MAGA weirdos believe the shit they post. Didn't they have a recent thing? What was the recent thing in USA? Where there was a protest expected to be counting hundreds of thousands. MAGA people believed it's going to be like a huge protest. It was something related to border security. And then it didn't have like nearly that amount of people, partially because it was inflated by all the bots online. Yeah, what was the protest? Oh shit, also I have to go soon. It's 12:28, I have to leave around 12:30 because I have to go to work. MAGA protest. Let me Google it like this. Could be this one. Yeah, take our border back. Take our border back. That one. Shut up. They expected hundreds of thousands of people on it, and apparently most people who came around were people selling MAGA merch. Yeah, it was first billed as 700,000 trucks, and it wasn't. Organizers said the convoy numbered around 200. NBC News was unable to independently verify that number, but observed at least 100 vehicles. It was all inflated. It was all inflated by fucking bots online, and these idiots fell for it. And not even this is going to make them realize how stupid they are. You know, that's the worst thing. Some idiots were there in their stupid ass trucks, driving around. And not even this is going to make them realize that Russian bots are directly like walking them on a leash. It's such stupidity, such immense stupidity. I didn't realize most of these online people are in Russia. Yeah, they didn't even think of it. Just absolute idiots. Oh, you can get the schedule if you type !when. But the schedule is basically morning streams the whole week. Also was supposed to end half an hour ago. So I'm ending now to go put on my clothes and then to go to work. But yeah, stream in the morning, the remaining part of the week, because I work afternoon shift. I think I work afternoon shift all the days of this week. There's one day that's SUS, and I don't know which one yet. A coworker basically said she might need to switch one day, but she doesn't know if she will need to switch it, and she doesn't know which day it's going to be. So we'll see how that works, but yeah, so far so good. This is the plan. I'll be leaving now, I'll be running now, I have to go to work. Yeah, stay strong, hate Russians as much as you can. Go and follow Topson. I will actually be home around when Topson starts his stream. So I'm hoping to be able to go there and, bully him a little bit. So if you're there, I'll be here unless VPN kicks in. No, there's not going to be VPN on me. I'm Eastern European. Okay? Why would Russia ban me from being watched in Russia? That makes no sense. That's ridiculous. It's crime to post time without time zone. On one hand, no. But on another hand, also no. I think it's based. But what do you mean? What do you mean time zone? There's one time zone that exists. It's mine. What's my time zone? I don't know. But it's the based one and it's the mine one. And then all of the other ones are fake and they should be adjusted to my time zone. But basically now it's 12:32 if it helps in any way. I think we're like an hour apart. Yeah, I don't know what my time zone is. To be fair, one part of like why I didn't bother to put in the time zone is because I went on Twitch to see what time zone I'm in because I didn't know. And I went to check a few Croatian streamers and no one was posting the time zone. And I was like, okay, this is because they have Balkan viewers, right? So I go to a bunch of USA streams to see how they post the time zone. And they don't. Did you know USA people don't post the fucking time zone? They just post the hours and they expect you to know when that is. And then I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit either. Yes, I'm getting Americanized. I'm getting Americanized indeed. By the way, see you tomorrow morning. Go bully Topson for me. Stay